Hello friends, today we are going to have a talk about how money codes work. In this talk, we will try to find the codes regarding how money codes exist in all of us and the reasons why our subconscious blocks us. Now, one of the biggest realizations is our purpose for attracting money. We are trying to attract money. Let money come in abundance, let us attract it, and so on. But we are not aware of this. Money is already coming. Abundance is already with us, but some things are blocking us. Our subconscious codes are at the forefront of the things that block us. As long as we do not resolve these subconscious codes, this blockage will continue. Now, something like this has definitely happened to people who have reached the age of 40. A certain amount of money has certainly passed through their hands. But that money was squandered, it is gone. Some may have turned it into an investment. They may have grown that money, multiplied it. If they are doing that, then there is already no code regarding this in their subconscious. Therefore, this is one of the things most affected. Now, when we look at it, we can say something like this regarding how our subconscious codes work. For example, money comes. When money comes, if a large amount of money has come into their hands until the age of 40 or 30 and it was squandered or gone, one needs to ask this: why did this money go? Why did this money not benefit you? We can do a study regarding this. For example, I have received quite a bit of training on these subjects, regarding money, and so on. I received training on subconscious work. One day we were writing during one of the training sessions about what the good sides of wealth are and what the bad sides of wealth are. I wrote down the good sides of wealth, and about 10 came out. I wrote down the bad sides, and 30 to 40 came out, but I cannot stop myself. I keep writing continuously. I said, wow, there were so many sides believed to be bad. This is exactly how the codes work. If it believes that the money will be bad for you or that wealth will be bad for you, it destroys that money somehow. It either makes you make ridiculous investments, it makes you invest in the wrong places. It goes and makes you buy luxury cars and such. If you already do not have that code, you go and buy Bitcoin. I am talking about 10 years ago. You might have gone and bought a Bitcoin or gone and bought a piece of land from somewhere. That has gained value if you truly do not have that code. Now, this shows the following. Actually, there is also a saying like this about casinos. Casinos are places that really ought to exist. And the reason is this. People want to get rid of money. In other words, they have to do something to get rid of this money. How can they get rid of it most easily? Legally. It cannot happen through illegal means. It cannot happen any other way. Through gambling. Now, casinos are actually a healing center for people who want to get rid of money. They go and get rid of the money. Think of it like this. In other words, why do you have to get rid of it when money comes? One needs to find those reasons. Therefore, one of the best things you can do now is work on yourself. In this work, it goes like this. On one side, wealth is good. Why is it good? You write these down. On the other side, wealth is bad. Why is it bad? You write these down. Those bad sides, those are our subconscious codes. In other words, they are our codes against wealth that block our beliefs and prevent us from becoming wealthy. For example, let us give an example of one. Wealthy people are, not good people. The rich are bad. Wealth does not come through natural means. One must be deceptive to be able to obtain wealth. Let us look at another one of our beliefs, for instance. Who are we to be rich? Where is that luck? Where is that opportunity? Is it possible for it to come to me? All of these are subconscious codes, marked one by one. So where do these codes come from? These codes can come from many places. It is truly difficult to resolve this. These can come from the past, they can also come from the future. Because in a world where time does not exist, in a universe where everything operates simultaneously, both the future and the past exist at the same time. Therefore, what we call karma does not only come from the past, it also comes from the future. Consequently, it is truly difficult for us to resolve these. It is also difficult to find where it is. It can come from ancestors, it can come from the environment, it can come from childhood, it can come from many things. Therefore, one of the best things we can do is not to find where it comes from, but to accept its existence and accept what it is, and to develop upon it with the belief that it is not real. In other words, to release these subconscious codes. and to install the truth instead. Meaning, in reality, none of these exist. There is nothing that blocks wealth. Now look, let me burst forth. Look at this place. I mean, trees are everywhere. Leaves. There is so much abundance and prosperity everywhere. Think about the universe as well. There is a star called the sun. It burns every day and produces billions of energy. Enough energy to feed not just the whole world, but quite a few worlds. There are other stars. If you say water, it is unlimited. Resources are unlimited, and so on, unlimited. So why are we limited? What is limited is our belief. Now, first of all, you are obliged to break your own belief. You cannot break the belief of society. You will break your own belief first. And what will you do for this? First, you will work on yourself. What is it anyway? To read. This is what reading is. It is reading yourself. First, you will break yourself. Do you want to do something beneficial for society? Do you want to do something beneficial for your child? You will work on these beliefs within yourself, and you will break your beliefs regarding these. Wealth does not only mean money. Rest assured, wealth, health, time, money, spirituality, all of these, relationships, love, all of these are within wealth. We cannot code it only to money, but money is a tool that allows us to reach resources. That is why so much reference is made to money in this period, because in no period of the world, perhaps in no period lived until now, could you reach so many resources with money. 50 years ago, you have a lot of money, but you cannot reach them. Jump on a plane and go. Experience that, buy that, do this. You could not do these things. Of course, you could do limited things according to the world of that time. But right now, truly resources, meaning reaching money, brings you to a great abundance, prosperity, or rather, to resources. That is why you need to work on this. One should not forget this. The only thing we can change is ourselves. Therefore, it is necessary to work on ourselves. Society, environment. Oh, it won't happen from our society. It won't happen from our environment. See, this is also a subconscious code. I have relatives. There are so many people around me. They won't let me. This is also a subconscious code. Oh, such things do not happen in our society, brother. Our society is already obvious. How will you get rich in this society? This is also a subconscious code. Because you will see, everyone is not the same. There are also those who get rich in this society. You will see that people whose mother or father were worse off than yours or who had no family also get rich. You must have seen it around you. I listen to many of these people's life stories on YouTube. When you look at it, 90%, actually even 95% of them have come from zero. There are like 10 siblings, 7 siblings, 10 siblings, 14 siblings, people like this. They have come from these places. So you say, if one can come from here to there, is such a leap even possible? You do not have the money to fill your stomach daily. 20 years later, you have a factory. Is such a leap even possible? It means it was possible. In other words, we have been fooling ourselves until today that it was not possible. This is also a subconscious code. I ask you to write these down. First, you will open yourself up. You will work on yourself so that you can be of service to your children, your mother, your father, the homeland, the nation, and the world. So that you can be of service to the collective. A person's greatest service to the collective is to know themselves. First, you will know yourselves. We will know ourselves. Just like that, after we open ourselves up, after we start reading ourselves, we will have done a great service to the collective, rest assured. Thank you for listening to me. Take care of yourselves. See you soon.